All right, so this lesson is for the 13th of October. On Wednesday, we are going to review the homework. And so check your answers for section 1.9 order of operation. Let me go ahead and find, I asked you guys on page 48 to do 2 through 12. So for number 2, you should have gotten 5. For 4, you would have gotten 14.
Yes.
For 6, you should have gotten 26.
No,
Uh-oh.
I got 24.
All right, so we need to look at this one. That sounds like bad math, but we'll go back to it. Number 8, you should have gotten 25.
Yes.
Great. Number, well, I'm almost there. I'll just go down. Number 10, you should have gotten 0.
Yes.
Good job. And for number 12, 21.
Yes.
All right, so it looks like we might have had a math issue with number 6, because if you had gotten order of operation wrong, you probably would have gotten a very, very different answer, but you're only off by 2. So let's just look at these. All right, so we'll definitely get that one. But for number 2, we had 17 minus 8 plus 4 in parentheses. So order of operation tells us we do what? We do the 8 plus 4 first, so the addition inside. So this becomes 17 minus 12, and your answer is 5. All right, so for number 4, we have 6 plus 24 divided by 3. Timmy, what do we do first? Yes, division first. PEMDAS tells us multiplication division happens before adding and subtracting. So this becomes 6 plus what? 8. Yes, 24 divided by 3 is 8. And then 6 plus 8 is 14. We already have our answer on the side, so we're just confirming it. All right, number 6. So Zachary, we have 30 minus 2 to the power of 4 divided by 4. So what do we do first? 2 to the power of 4 first. So this becomes 30 minus, is it 2 times 2 is 4 times 2, 8 times 2 is 16. Ah, that's what it was. Okay. Well, you're off by 2, but I guess that's because of the dividing. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. And so then our next step here is the division, right? So we have 30 minus 16 divided by 4, which is 4, and that gives us 26. All right. Okay. Oh, got it all wonky, huh? Okay. So number 8, find myself here. 28 minus 3 plus 15 divided by 6. Huh? All of this is order of operation, yes. So what do we do first, Julian? Right, we do our parentheses first. So this is 28 minus 18 divided by 6. Next step to me.
Oh, sorry. I got the answer right.
You did,
That one
but all you have is answers, no word. So there's no reference to what you did, only that you got them right. So what's 18? That's not bad, yeah. So what's 18 divided by 6? Right, 3, and then 28 minus 3 gives us our answer of 25. Yep. All right, 10 is 10 minus 15 divided by 3 minus 5. All right, so Zachary, what do we do first? Yeah, we got to do our division. So we end up with 10 minus 5 minus 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 5 is? Yes, so that's where we get our answer from. All right, last one, 9 times 2 plus the square root of 25 plus 4 minus 6. Who? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did number 10. He did the first part. No, he did number 8. He told us we did the 3 plus 15. So he worked on number 8. Although it is his turn now. I'm rotating. Don't worry. Don't worry, teacher. All right, Julian, what do we do first? You kind of can, but if we follow order of operation, what do we need to make sure we do? Yeah. So square roots fall under the same category as exponents. So if you have no parentheses, you need to do your exponents and your square roots first. Now, you can do 9 times 2 at the same time because they don't really interact with that square root yet. So if we did that, 9 times 2 is what? But then also make sure you get rid of that square root. What's the square root of 25? Yes, 5. I know, right? That's okay. Plus 4 minus 6. So are these all equal as far as order of operation? Are they all addition and subtraction? Yes. So we run. Yep. So then you just do it all left to right. 18 plus 5 gives you 23. 23 plus 4 is 27. 27 minus 6 is 21. All right, so let's go back now to page 47 and finish where we left off. We had just finished skill check 1 yesterday. So let's look at example 3, 4 and do skill check 2, and then we'll finish up with this homework. So y'all are in good shape. All right, so example 3. We need to simplify. Forgot how to spell for a second. We've got multiple grouping symbols here. 5 plus 3 times 6 minus 4 squared divided by 2. Is that what you have? All right, so these examples give us some grouping symbols, and we're talking about how we order the operations with multiple levels of grouping symbols. So you must always begin with the innermost grouping first, which in this case is what, Zachary? The 5 plus 3. So this is the guy we saw first. Then we can solve the rest of this grouping symbol and then simplify it down from there. So this becomes, what's 5 plus 3? 8 times 6 minus, you want to go ahead and do your, go ahead and do the exponent while we're here? We can. I'll see it there. 4 squared. 4 times 4. Remember, we don't multiply times the exponent. That is, everybody does that. Everybody. That's the hardest thing about exponents is you've got to remember not to multiply times the exponent, but multiply the base times itself exponential number of times. Okay, so back to our problem. All right, so Timmy, which one do we do first now?
One on the right.
The division?
Oh, I didn't even see
The parentheses?
Yeah.
Yes, we got to do the parentheses first. Okay, so you can kind of do both at the same time as long as you don't interact them with each other yet. Because this and this are separated by a subtraction symbol, an operator. So you can go ahead and solve them simultaneously as long as you understand your order of operation. They don't interact with each other yet. Because in parentheses, we have 8 times 6, which is what? Julian, put the paper down and pay attention, please. Now is not the time for playing with paper. Put it away. You writing this? You're not. All right, and then let's go ahead and solve our division. What's 16 divided by 2? There we go. All right, and then final solve, Julian. 48 minus 8 is 40. There we go. So that's having multiple levels of grouping symbols. All right, let's look at example 4, and then y'all will do your skill check. So example 4 gives us a grouping symbol where? In the exponent. That word. Yeah, we've got all kinds. This one is quite a bit. Yeah. I keep suggesting use your binder, get a binder. Exactly. So yours doesn't fall under the get a binder category. It falls under the use your binder category. All right. So what is my innermost grouping symbol in example 4? Which one?
19 plus 17.
Yeah, we do have multiples. We could kind of do at the same time. We could do this one here. What's 5 minus 3? So our exponent becomes 2. What's our second one? I heard 19 plus 7. It's all grouped together under your square root. So that could become what? 36. Right? We know we can see what that perfect square would be. And my last one here, let's just be consistent. 7 minus 3 is 4. All right. Glad to see we're all awake today. Okay, so let's simplify this and write it out. So we have 3 squared plus the square root of 36 minus 20 divided by 4. All right, what do we do next? Okay, raise your hand. I got 2 of you mumbling me at the same time. Do you know the answer? No, what do we do next? That's the question. Nope. Timmy?
So you would do the 20 minus, wait, 6 minus 1, or
Zachary, do you know what you do next? We got to do the square root, which is the opposite of an exponent, but yes, it's the inverse. We are doing the inverse of our exponent because they both count. You must get rid of the square root first before you do anything else. Now, that also, well, you said exponent. We got an exponent and a square root. Order of operation, parentheses, exponent, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. So first, we've got to solve inside our parentheses, which is the square root of 36. Then we'll do all that in a second. But we also have an exponent. So what's 3 times 3? All right. What is the square root of 36? So now we have 6 minus 20 divided by 4. Okay. Now what do we do first? Timmy?
we would do the, wait, no, we do the, we do the 4 divided by 20, make it.
So the 4 divided into 20 or the 20 divided by the 4. But yes, we must do, there we go. We must do our division. So we have 9 plus 6 minus 5. All right, this gives us 1, and 9 plus 1 is 10. There we go. You have that in your notes. Because if you don't, you need to start writing immediately. All of you. Y'all got them? Get it. This is exactly the kind of thing they love to put on here. And if you have it neatly in your notes, which you get to use during quizzes and tests, you have an excellent reference in case you get stuck. If you have this written, you can go ahead and start working on skill check 2. All right, so go ahead and just raise your hands just to let me know when you're done with skill check 2. Okay, let me pause this for a second. All right, so I have 1 done. What'd you get for number 1? Okay, what'd you get for number 2? We'll definitely be working these out. You done, Julie? Don't know where to start? What'd you get for 1? Well, Timmy didn't either. That's okay. Okay, and you got what? Yeah, okay. So we've got 8. We've got 17. Have you finished the first one yet, Zachary? What'd you get? Okay, and we got 72. Right. And then you finished 1, but you 2 have not finished 2. You think it's wrong?
You already said it was wrong.
Okay.
All right. So today I did it.
We'll see. And then you got what for number 2? 8 or 27? I think I'm still paused. Yeah. Oh, I'm not paused. All right, so we have a variety of answers. This is the one we're looking for number 1. So let's look at our grouping symbols. What is our innermost grouping symbol? Well, we've got 2, right? We've got this one here and we've got this one here. All right, so let's solve those, let's simplify those first. Now, inside one of those, we have an exponent. So we need to solve our exponent before we solve our subtraction.
And then the 6 minus 3 over 3 minus 6.
Okay, what is 5 squared?
Oh, I did this.
That's what I did.
We're gonna have to go back and practice our exponents, aren't we?
Oh.
5 squared is 25. 25 minus 13 is,
I did every single one. I've been doing it right, except for this one.
and so you might have had your order of operation right, but you messed up your math. All right, I see. All right, we can also go ahead and take care of that square root. What's the square root of 4? Okay. Now we're nice and simplified. What is 12 times 3? Because that's what we do first.
36.
There we go. 36 times 2, and that equals,
We could have just said 72 from the back.
you can work it out. Carry your 1, 3, 2 times 3 is 6. Whoopsie, plus 7 is 72. All right, so check your math. Okay, I see. So if you got 10, then you would have gotten a -3 for the first one. So -3 times 3 is -9, and -9 times 2 is -18. So, all right. All right, so for number 2, we also got a variety. We got options from both of you. One of you said 27, and then you said 14. The other one said 44 or 68. And then we got a 1. Well, 1 is correct. So that's the answer we're looking for. So let's both check our order of operation and our math. So what, according to our order of operation, needs to be done first? The work inside the parentheses. Yeah, we got to narrow these parentheses down to one number so we can get rid of them. Then we can work with the rest. Now, if you want, you could also do this multiplication here because it's not interacting with the work in the parentheses yet. So that would be safe, but if you wanted to. So you could do 2 times 28, which is 56, divided by 4 minus, and then as Timmy just said, we need to do the multiplication inside here first. So this is 3 plus 10. All right, so now we can get rid of our parentheses. We can also, because they're divided by a subtraction, which we're always going to do last, you could also do this division first while you're doing your parentheses. But the important thing is to know the parentheses are telling you you need to go ahead and solve 3 plus 10 first. 3 plus 10? 4 divided by 56? Whoa, golly, it keeps doing that. Sorry. All right, well, let's make a house. 56. 4 goes into 5 how many times? But don't do it in your head if you're going to be wrong. Make sure you're right. Don't guess. That's lazy and it's going to end up with you getting your answers wrong. All right, so then you can see it's 4, which gives you a 1 remainder. Bring down your 6 and you realize 4 goes into 16 4 times. And 4 times 4 is 16. So we end up with no remainder. 14 minus 13 is uno. All right.
And obstacles.
All right. So that's skill check 2. Let's work through some of these homework problems. So we've already done 2 through 12. Let's work on some of the more complicated problems. We're going to do 14 through 34. We obviously need a little bit of work on this. So we're probably going to spend today, a little bit of tomorrow, and then I'll have a review guide for you guys tomorrow. If I feel like we need it. We may just pull problems from the homework so that you have them as examples for the quiz as well. But the quiz on section 1.9 will be Friday, this Friday, the 15th. All right, so we are working on page 48, numbers 14 through 34. We'll start this in class, but it's Wednesday, so we don't have to finish them for homework. If you're not going to youth group, I do suggest you could do them tonight, especially if you've been struggling. And that way you have them done, see how you can do tomorrow. It's when you go to church on Wednesday nights. So 72 divided by 5 plus 2 squared. All right, since I'm doing videos, I want you guys to just write as I go so we can move this along. But first, we work inside our grouping symbol, the parentheses, and we have an exponent here. So we would solve that first. So this is 5 plus 4, and that gives us 9. 72 divided by 9 is 8. Okay. Number 16. 48 divided by the square root of 64 plus 13. Our first order of operation is to solve our square root. So 48 divided by 8 plus 13. 48 divided by 8 is next because it's division. That gives us 6. And 6 plus 13 is 19. Hmm? Click, click, click. And I write as fast as you possibly can. Number 18, you have 6 times 4 plus 3 squared minus 7 times 3. All right. So we have a couple of things going on, but the 6 is interacting. It's being multiplied times the parentheses. So before we can do 6 times anything, we must solve inside our parentheses. However, we are then subtracting 7 times 3. So we could go ahead and solve this at the same time, just to simplify our steps a little bit. 6 times 4 plus 3 squared. So what's 3 squared? 9. Very good. 9 plus 4 is? It's 13. Minus 21. So our next step is our multiplication, which I didn't need to leave the parentheses, but I did, whatever. All right, so 6 times 13 is 78. Minus 21 is 57. Yep, that's right. Okay. 20. All right, number 20, we have the square root of 225 divided by 5 plus 7 times 8. What a monster. Minus 4 times 8. Whew. Pieces, small pieces. Find your pieces, right? All right.
Some might make it in three questions.
Y'all finished with 18, right?
Yeah.
Are we done with 18? We've got where we got the 57 from. Okay, I'm just gonna make this a little bit larger. Okay, so first order of operation, we have a square root. But then we also have an addition. We have a plus sign here. So we could go ahead and solve this here. We also have a negative sign here, so we're not gonna do that last. So we also can solve this at the same time, right? We see that? All of our multiplications are separated by addition and subtraction, so we can simplify those at the same time. We just cannot do that division until we have the square root of 225. Okay, so square root of 225 is 15 divided by 5 plus 7 times 8, which is 56. Always, that one always trips me up a little bit. Minus 4 times 8, which is 32. All right, so next order of operation, we can go ahead and do this division. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And then we just have addition and subtraction. So we work from left to right. So 3 plus 56, that's pretty easy, at least to me, that's 59. But I'm going to 59 minus 32. I'm gonna put that vertically so I don't mess myself up here. So yeah, so 27. 9 minus 2 is 7. We're almost there.
I got that. Three.
So our solution is 27. Slow down. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. All right, we're gonna do probably, let's do one more and then we'll be done.
Good one.
So yeah, then let's go eat. My brain is hungry. 22. Oh, sweet Lord of mercy. Your blood sugar is causing migraines for sure.
I don't look out of shape, but I am.
You feel it? Well, from being quarantined for so long. All right, so 22 is 6 times 4 plus the square root of 1 plus 3 times 16. Oh, goodness gracious. Now, when you have mathematical operations inside a square root or inside of a exponent, you have to simplify those down to a single integer before you can do the square root or the exponent. That's why a lot of times I've communicated to you guys that sometimes the square root and an exponent is a grouping symbol because you've got to solve inside of it, then raise it to the exponent or decrease it to the square root before you interact it with anything else in the problem. So we got to do this guy first. Yep, which Julian, sorry, I forgot your name for a second. Julian just figured out for us. And 3 times 16 is what? Because we got to do that first. Order of operation. Do you do the addition or do you do the multiplication first? Yes. What's 16 times 3? So we have to do the multiplication, the 3 times 16 first. Exactly, that's what Julian did too. You got to do your order of operation inside your grouping symbols. 16 times 3 we do first, that's 48. 48 plus 1 is what? All right. So again, square root comes before addition or multiplication. However, you can recognize that you need to multiply 6 times 4 before you do anything else because the other is addition. 6 times 4 is 24. The square root of 49 is 7. And 24 plus 7 is 31. Uh-oh. So as soon as we can learn how to do math, then we will be okay with order. So y'all are understanding for the most part, except for little hiccups here and there. You're understanding order of operation. It's going back to the basic math that you guys need to watch for those careless errors. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right.